Hi everybody, welcome to Cardinia Life. This is Rose for a yoga flow. Please come to your mats. If you've got blocks or something that you can use in place of blocks, please grab them out, have them handy, but you don't have to have anything at all. So we're going to come to our mat and we're going to start seated. Sit any way that you're comfortable. If it's comfortable to sit cross-legged, that's fine, go there. If you're more comfortable perching your hips up on something, please feel free to go there as well. And let's just take a couple of moments, excuse me, frog in my throat. Take a couple of moments, take some big, long breaths in and out. And let yourself really just settle into this space, just settle into being here. Reach up tall through the crown of your head. Soften your shoulders, soften your neck. Eyes can be open or closed. Next time you breathe in, reach your arms up really big. Turn towards your left. Bring the right arm across, left hand behind, lift and rotate around as much as you can. And just hold this. Eyes gently follow the turn of your head, which gently follows, no forcing, just gently follows the twist. Take another breath in as you come up the middle. We'll turn to the other side. Not forcing, just a gentle twist and release. Softening down through the shoulders, the neck, reaching up tall. Take a really big breath in. Let the hands come to heart center. Rest your thumbs gently on your chest. And take a moment, kind of almost to regroup and check in with how you're feeling. And then try to come into the space that you're in now on your mat. And each moment as it comes up, just come into that moment. If you start to notice that you're following a train of thought, don't get annoyed, just let it go and come back to the moment that you're in. Gently rest your hands on your knees, or if you're not sitting cross-legged, rest them on your legs. We're going to start to pull across the left with the right shoulder, circle forward and bring the left shoulder to the right and circle back. Big circles, really big circles. Letting your head hang if that's what feels good. If when you go back you're anchoring onto your knees, you can really let your body drop back. Getting some movement through the hip area, the spine. One more this way. And then we'll go the other way. Pull the left shoulder over to the right knee, come around and back. And let's finish one more. Reach up really big with your hands again. Bring them down through your heart center and then reach forward. So if that's to your knees, that's fine. If you can creep further forward with your hands, let your head go for it. Feel that release all through the back. Take one more breath. Then walk your hands back, walk them back, walk them back. Take the hands behind, fingers pointing away from your bottom. Lift the chest and shoulders. Peel the shoulders back. We're opening these fleshy parts in front of our shoulders. Keep breathing through. Big long breaths in and out. And release. We're going to make our way straight over onto our hands and knees. Set yourself in tabletop. You're welcome to come through some cat-cows where you drop your belly into cow, lift your eye gaze at the crown of the head and sit bones. And then as you let the breath go, you stretch up into your cat. Welcome to stay with this, or you might come straight into some circles or any other movement. With the circles, if you're doing them, try to bring yourself forward of your wrists just gently so that we warm the wrists up. And then go back the other way. Take the sit bones back at that opening through the hips. Well, let's tuck our toes, sit back on our heels and come into a toe squat. If this is too intense, please come out of it. You could come up high. You could release the toes altogether. You could grab a prop, whether it's a cushion or a block or a book, just to take a bit of pressure off. Anything at all, or don't do it. If you can stay in it, sit back, bring the arms behind, interlace those hands and draw them down. Peeling the shoulders back, coming to like a back arch, being that proud peacock puffing your chest. And release, shaking it out. If you've got socks on, let's remove them. Tucking toes, lifting up to your first downward facing dog. Have a slow pedal. Slow pedal, bend one knee so the heel lifts, and then the other. Pushing the mat away, broadening through your shoulder blades. Upper arms are rotating in and under. Come up high on the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, get belly close to thighs. Try to keep the belly as close as possible to your thighs as you sink your heels back down. Knowing that we're all really differently shaped in our bones as well as our external body, our internal ones as well. So we're all going to look really different. Come up high again, do that again. Knees bent, belly close to thighs. Keep it as close as you can, hinging deeply at that hip and thigh joint. One more time, up high. Let's do it. Feel that opening, feel that release. Lifting your right leg as long and high as you can. Stretch it up. Keep pushing the mat away. Lift it a bit higher. Really engage through the glutes. One more lift. And then float the leg down. Let's lift the left leg this time. Lift it up. Lift it high. Stretch it. A little bit higher. And float the leg down. Right leg lifts again. Long, really long. Sinking that left heel. This time, bend the right knee, open the hip. Shine the right knee towards the ceiling. Take a breath. And bring it down. Go to the other side. Left leg long, really long. As long as you can. And then bend and open. So remember, we're in each moment. We're not preempting. Now we're in the next moment. And now we're in another one. Take a breath and float it down. Slow pedal. Come up high, bend knees, look to hands, make your way to the top of your mat to your forward fold. Release your wrists, bend knees to rest belly on thighs. At any time, you're welcome to use any prop. Belly to thighs, sit bones lift as high as you can, keeping that contact and connection between belly and thighs. You could look like this, which is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Hands to shins. Next in breath, lengthen your legs, your arms, your back, your spine. Release down. And again, breath in. And down. One more. This time let your eye gaze come forward so you can lift that head a little. And down. Arm sweep. Really big. Palms together as you fold and release. Half lift. Hands land, step to your plank. If you've got a jump, if you've got a flow, a regular practice, you're welcome to take it. Otherwise, lower with me all the way to the mat. Release your toes. Hands stay where they are as you shine heart forward. Come back down. Hands come off your mat as you ripple up into your rippling cobra. And back down. Two more of these in your time. Ripple that spine up. Ripple that spine down. Last one. Breath in. Breath out. Hands under shoulders. Push up and back to your child's pose. Pause in your child's pose. Let your forehead rest to maybe the mat or maybe you stack hands. Take your left hand to the edge of the mat. Right hand on top, pull back into the right hip. Keep the hand on the mat at this stage. Feel that length and opening. Come across to the other side. Right hand on the edge, left hand on top, pull back. Come back to the middle. Hands in front. Lift up slightly. Right arm reaches up tall as you slide it underneath your left armpit. Rest the back of the right hand and let your right shoulder and maybe the right side of your head come down. If it's tricky to get your head down, bring the left hand under, whether it's flat or in a fist. You're welcome to keep the left arm long or bring it underneath your head or even come into a half bind. Just consciously reach that right arm through and feel a release all around the shoulder blade area. 2 more breaths. Gently bring that left arm back to in front. Come up, sweep the right arm up as you breathe in. Place it down in front, we'll go straight to the other side, left arm. Sweep through. Reach through as far as you can. Feel that release, that opening all around that left shoulder blade area. You know the options. Right hand might stay here. It might be underneath the side of your face, or you might come to that half bind. None are better. It's what's best for you in this moment. Bring the right hand back to in front. Breath in, come up. And breath out. Hands come down. Retuck toes and lifting. Walk it out. Come high on the balls of the feet. Knees bend. Look to hand step or jump to the top of your mat. Release. Half lift. And release. Let's sweep up. And fold forward. Half lift. Step or float back to your plank. Take your flow. Or come with me. Lowering down. Scooping to whatever back bend suits you in the moment. Peeling back to your downward facing dog. Pausing in your downward facing dog. Movement, stillness. Right leg lifts, long engage through the glutes, lift it up. You've got this, a little bit more. And place it down. Left leg lifts, lift it up. A little bit more. And place it down. Back to your right leg. Lift it long and straight. Hold it as straight as you can. Now bend and open. Keep sinking that left heel. Keep squaring off your shoulders. Working through the arms, not dumping anywhere. Let's bring it down. Left leg long and straight. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Then bend and open. Bring it down. Float through your plank. Option to take a float. You do not have to. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. So pause in down dog. And then from down dog to the top of the mat. Release. Half lift. Release. Sweep up. Float the hands to your heart center. Take a moment to check in here. Long breath in. Longer releasing breath out. Breath in, reach up. Palms together as you sigh it out. Half lift. Step or float back to your plank. The flows are optional. You do not have to do them. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. From our down dog, our right leg is long and straight. Lift it up. Hold it up there as straight as you can. Then bend and open. Take a long breath. Float forward, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Take it up. Long and strong. And lengthen through. Bend and open. Try and hold each pose. Bring your knee forward to your nose. Curve your back so you can touch. Take it up long. Keep it long. Bend and open. Take a breath. Take it to your left elbow. Then to your right. Then step it through to your low runner's lunge. Remember the option to use blocks or any other props at any time. From here, you can walk up your thigh or just lift straight up, releasing the wrists. Breath in, come up. Breath out, bend both elbows and both knees. Breath in, come up. Let's turn to our warrior two. Soften through your shoulders, turn your palms, zip everything up, and release the breath. Again. And out. One more. And out. Reach. Reverse your warrior. Peel back. Keep your right knee bending to the short end of the mat. Connect with the outer blade of your back foot, your left foot, but try not to dump. Take a breath. Arms windmill. Hands land either side of your front foot. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Float our back leg, our left leg up, and find our warrior three. Props are optional. Hands can stay on floor or you could lift. Float hands to heart center. Square hips. Lengthen through the heel. And breathe, shine your heart. Take one more breath in. Step together. Forward fold. Halfway. Let it go. Sweep up. And let it go. Step or float back. Option to take your flow. That was a very delayed cue, sorry. You do not have to take the flows, remember, especially when I'm delayed in saying it. Breathe. Pedaling is an option. Left leg lifts, long and straight. Push that mat away. Bend and open. Keep strong connection, keep broadness through the upper back. Keep shining that left knee to the ceiling. Even pressure on your hands. As you let your next breath go, left knee to left elbow. And then take it up long and straight. Hold it straight. Then bend and open. Keep breathing through. Next release, we come forward, knee to nose. Take it up long and straight, hold it there. Bend and open. Next release, left knee to right elbow, then to the left, then step through. Find your low runner's lunge. Blocks are there, remember? Otherwise we make our way straight up. Release the wrists. Breath in, straighten. Breath out, bend both elbows and knees. Breath in, engaging through your glutes through this. Not dumping, not letting go. One more. Feel I've done an extra one. Come up, open to your warrior two. Your left leg is now your front leg, your right leg your back. Soft shoulders. Turn the palms, zip everything up. And release. Again, zip it up. And release. One more. And release. Reach forward, reverse your warrior. Keep that deep bend in your front knee, your left knee. Really open up. Try not to dump and squash down into the right side of your body. One more breath. Arms windmill. The hands laid either side of your front foot, your left foot. 1, 2, 3. Find warrior three. Virabhadrasana 3. Find your version of it. Just try to lengthen through your leg. Ground through your left grounded foot. Lift up through those muscles. One more breath in. Stepping in to your forward fold. Let yourself hang. Let yourself be. Give your head a shake and a nod. Bend the knees as much as you need, like we did at the start. Belly as close as possible to thighs. Halfway. And release. Sweep up. And go. Halfway. Hands length, step or jump, option to take a flow, or with me straight back to down dog. From our down dog, our downward facing dog, let's come onto our elbows. Hands come together, and then walk your feet towards your elbows as much as you can, pushing the mat away with your arms. So not dumping as I am now, pushing the mat away. This might be enough for you, which is strong for me. If you can float one leg up, float it up. Hold it up there. Engage and breathe. It's strong. 3 more breaths here. Big breath in. Let it out. 2 more. 1 more. Float the leg down. Sink the knees. Curl down into your child's pose. Let the arms go wherever they want to, whether they're back behind you, whether they're reaching forward. So that's quite strong in the shoulders, our dolphin pose. So see how that feels? 2 more breaths here in this child's pose. And bring hands either side of your head, push yourself up, tuck your toes, find your toe squats. Interlace and draw down. Let those shoulders go. If it's tricky to interlace the hands, maybe you can grab forearms, but let's consciously soften and open our shoulders after holding that strong pose. You know all the options with your toes. If this just isn't good for you, don't do it. Don't do it. Take 1 more breath. Slowly release. Lift up to your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Okay, let's bring our arms down. Walk your feet towards your elbows, and this might be it. Maybe you're doing this on knees, which is absolutely fine. If you can, float your left leg up. Hold it up there. Engage through the glutes. Pull that belly button into. We need strong core for this. Pushing away from the mat. Not dumping, pushing. Engaging all the shoulder muscles as well. 3 more breaths. Big breath in. And out. 2 more. 1 more. And come down out of it. Sinking down. Doing whatever you need for your shoulders in this moment. And that might be that you prefer to be upright and rotate shoulders or have some movement, which is absolutely fine. Hands behind. Hands beside ears, come up. Find your tabletop, so you should generally need to take the knees back a bit. Come into some rounds of your cat-cow. Breath in, cow. Breath out. Stay with that, or come to any other movements like we did previously. Circling the hips, maybe releasing the shoulders, wrists, anything. Tuck toes. Let's meet in our downward facing dog. Lots of shoulder work today. Some hip openers as well, so just be aware of that with the shoulders. We'll do a release towards the end. Right leg lifts really long. Bend and open the knee. Push the mat away. Take a long breath in. Float forward. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Then step it to the outside of your right hand. We did this previously if you've joined me in classes. This is our lizard lunge. So you could keep your knee up or you could lower your knee, and you're welcome to use any props. If it's tricky to reach the floor, grab a block here. Now, that right leg that's forward, you can heel toe the foot out and come onto the outer blade. So you could be down here. I don't want you to jump, I want you to engage and lift through muscles. So if you've got your knee lifted, lift up the thigh muscle, the glutes, make them work. Options here, you could stay in any shape that you're in now, Or you could bring the knee down if it's up, use the right hand to push the right knee away a little. And then, if you want, you could come up, bend the left knee in, and see if you can catch the foot with the right hand. So there's a twist here. Just be aware of the position of your left hand. Just make sure it's a little bit forward of your shoulder, so you're not dumping heavily into it. And be aware of your left knee. So no pressure on the left kneecap. We've got most of the weight just above the kneecap at the base of the thigh. Pulling that foot in, you could have a bigger range than me. This is my dodgy knee, and I don't have a big range anyway. 2 more breaths in whatever shape you're in. And then we'll release. Bring the hand down. Now staying in our lizard lunge, this time heel toe your right foot in towards the outer edge of your right hand. Knee down or up, the back knee that is the left. But pull the right knee into your shoulder now, so consciously engage those muscles to pull in. So we're hugging it in, hugging the right knee into our right shoulder, and we're getting activation of all those muscles. Take a breath in. From here, we're going to step our left foot to the outside of our left hand. Might be a couple of guys like me, and we'll meet in Malasana, a little low squats. So I'll turn to face you. So we're meeting here. Now lots of different variations of this as well. You could be here. If this is really uncomfortable for you, feel free to sit in a seated star where the soles of the feet are together, knees falling outwards. Feel free to have a play with opening up if that works for you. You don't have to. Let's lift up through the pelvic floor, not just dump. Lift up through our chest. If you've got Bakasana in your practice, feel free to go there too. Two more breaths, wherever you are. 2 more breaths. Then hands come to mat as we lift our sit bones, heel toe your feet in. Come to your forward fold. Let the head hang. Feel the weight of the head lengthen through the back of your neck. Release through your wrists. Ground down firmly in your left leg. Take a big breath in. As you come up, float the right knee and both arms up. It's okay to tap in and out like me and come to your stalk pose. Soft through your shoulders, so arms are reaching up, right knee is up. Take a breath in. Soften down through the shoulders. Left hand holds onto an imaginary wall. Right hand comes inside, opens that knee and brings it back in. Now one more opening and then we'll find our tree. See if you can bring the foot into your inner thigh or maybe your inner calf. Maybe toes are on the floor, just not pushing on the knee. Stay here or you're welcome to grow your tree. Take another breath. Then unhook the foot, lift the knee in front. And we're going to sink into the left knee, cross the right ankle over the left knee into a standing modified half lotus or a standing half chair, opening that hip. Set your eye gaze on one spot. One more breath. Then we're going to let that leg, that right leg, slide around the left. Find our eagle pose. Right arm comes under left. Maybe it's a hug. Maybe it's backs of the hands, maybe you can come to that bind. Toes of the right foot might be able to wrap behind the calf or maybe they're down like mine. Lift the fingers to the sky, feel the upper back opening and then soften through the neck and shoulders. Bring those elbows back down. Eagle pose, Gurudasana, be that proud bird. Staying there, breathing deeply, bending into the hips. Slowly start to straighten your arms forward, keep the chest up, but then slowly start to fold forward, hands land, and we take our right leg back to our warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Option to use blocks, hands on floor, or float hands to heart center and shine your heart forward. Long breath in. Let the hands come down, let's step back into a plank. There is a flow available if you'd like it. Pedal it out. We meet back up in our downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, long, bend and open. Feel it. Take a long breath. Left knee to left elbow, then step it wide. Find your lizard lunge, make any adjustments. Come onto the outer blade, find what suits you in this moment. Remember, each moment is a different moment. If you've got your knee lifted, consciously engage through the thigh and the glutes of the right leg, the back leg. Breathe. Okay, now the option to stay as you are or lower your back knee, use your left hand to push the hand away, the knee away, sorry, or come to that curling in of the right leg, reaching around with the left hand, looking back behind you towards your left foot, your right foot rather, left hand, right foot. Two more breaths, wherever you are. Then we slowly release. Hands come down, heel toe, the left foot to the outer edge of the left hand. Hug that left knee in towards your shoulder. Feel that activation, we've got this. Keep pushing the mat away with your hands. Strong connection between hands and mat. Keep on with your breath. One more breath. Step your back foot, your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Find your malasana, your little low squat. Releasing the wrists. Come to whatever suits you best in this pose. You can stay with me in malasana. You can come to those open wings. You might have a play with kasana. Keep being in the moment, here and now. Two more breaths. Hands come down, sit bones lift, feet heel toe in. Find that forward fold, like we did at the start, belly close as possible to your thighs. Ground down strongly in our right foot. As we come up, we float the arms and our left leg up and find our stalk. Settle in the shoulders. Find your point of focus, your drishti. Internal and external focus. Right hand holds imaginary wall, maybe it's a real wall. Left hand opens the left knee just once. Bring it back in. Open it again. Find your tree on this side. It could be very different. You could be down here with me. Try not to hook the hip. Let's lift up. Hands can come to heart center. If you'd like to grow your tree, grow. Keep softening. Gently unhook the foot, bring the knee up in front, and then cross the left ankle over the right knee. Sink down. Sink down. Feel that letting go. Feel that softening. Gently let the left leg cross. Find your eagle pose, Garudasana. Proud, strong bird. Arms wrap. Lift the fingers, feel that broadness through the upper back and then settle into it. Try to hook the toes behind the calf. There's a real wrapping of the legs both ways. One in, both in. And then we gently start to sink in, open our arms forward and then slowly fold forward. As the hands land on the floor, we shoot our left leg back into warrior three. Virabhadrasana, 3 legs through the leg. Try to float the hands up to chest. Maybe you're balancing on a chair or blocks. One more breath in. Land back. Option to take a final flow. Meeting back in your downward facing dog. From down dog, we come straight into our child's pose. Find your shape in child's pose today. Whether it's hands stacked, whether it's arms back. Come into the space that is created within your body with the practice of yoga, with the practice of any movement, the space that's created with your breath, the space, the moment between each thought, between each breath, between each word. Two more breaths in and out. Gently pushing yourself up. Interlacing the hands behind, draw them back. Knowing that you can stay here, or you're welcome to float forward, letting your arms float to wherever they're comfortable. It might be that they stay reaching back. You might have a massive range where you can reach the arms right over. There's no ego or competition. It's just what's right for you. Letting the arms float back down. Hands beside ears. Push yourself up. Roll the shoulders. Coming to sit on your bottom. You are welcome to perch on a cushion or any sort of prop at all. We're going to come into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So we're crossing our legs. Doesn't matter which leg you do on top. I have my left on top. So our goal here is to kind of create a shoelace effect. Stacking our knees. So the point of my kneecaps is here, so they don't actually line up, which is fine. That's our goal, but for most that's not achievable. So welcome to my world. What I do want you to try to do is to sink your left hip, so whatever the top leg is, sink that hip down. Now if this isn't good for you to do, find a shape that feels okay. It could simply be our seated star with the soles of the feet together, knees falling out. Or you could lie on your back and attempt this. Sometimes not having the pressure of gravity pulling you down can work. So even lying on your back or doing a figure four. So staying here, holding legs. Now options with your arms, you could stay exactly as we are. You could hold the legs and pull yourself forward, let your head drop to knee if it's available, or put a prop there if it's not. Or you can come into arms behind, where if you can't quite grab the fingers together, you could use a strap or your clothes to do that. So I like to fold forward in this and let my head drop and come into that feeling of effortless ease almost. There's a deep release through our outer hips in this, especially of the top leg. Three more breaths. Wherever you are, let's take 3 more deliberate in and out breaths. And then when you're ready to release, really gently come up. Untangle the legs, place the feet flat, drop the knees side to side. And when you're ready, we'll go to the other side. So other leg on top, or if you're doing a different version, do the other side. Or if it's seated star, just come back into that. Same options, exactly the same options. Arms could be here, you might stay up here, or you might fold over. the softening and letting go. Three more breaths. Slowly come up. Untangle your legs. Feet are flat. We drop our knees side to side. Eventually let your legs drop to the left. Consciously draw the right knee down into the floor. The left leg will hopefully get there. If not, just take it to where it feels okay. But draw that right knee down. You can start on hands, or you're welcome to come back onto your elbows. We're getting a release here. So drawing that right knee down, engaging your muscles to help do that. And then come up, and we'll swap sides. Gentle rock side to side. Come to lying on your back. Come to your back. If there's any movements that you'd like to do when you get to your back, please feel free to do them, or come straight into a happy baby. So when you come to your back, any movements, otherwise happy baby. Legs come up, knees are coming in towards the armpits. Grabbing hold of whatever you can reach. Might be the back of the thighs, might be the back of the calves, the ankles, pistol grip the big toes, or even grab here. Let's sit back. Take a couple of breaths here in our happy baby. Letting the head rest back. If it's not touching the floor, please slide it prop underneath so it is. Soften through the neck. Soften through the tailbone. We're consciously drawing that down to the floor as well. And then from here, we'll come into our Shavasana. So whether that is knees bent, feet flat, knees bent, collapsing into each other. If you've got any props, you're welcome to use them. But it's really important to give yourself a Shavasana. So try to come into a lying position of some description. Let the arms rest, let the head rest. Even with a slight elevation, if it's tricky to lie back, having a cushion or a pillow behind your head and neck. Knowing that this is as important as the movement that we do in class. Each time your mind starts to wander, come back to your breath. Come back to your intention. Start to let gentle movement just happen naturally. Fingers, toes, maybe stretching arms and legs. And then slowly and gently roll to one side. Pause before making your way to a seated position. And when you sit however you're comfortable, just like we did at the start. Rest the hands wherever they're comfortable. Soften through the neck and shoulders, reach up tall through the crown of your head. And let yourself pause and be in this moment. Remember that little quote? We have the power to control how we react to things. Bring the palms together. Lightly touch your thumbs to your third eye, your lips. and then your heart center. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. Can I say to you, namaste. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on your mat today.